Throughout history, the act of sex has transcended its purely physical nature, weaving itself into the very fabric of spirituality across diverse cultures and epochs. From the sacred temples of the East to the hushed rituals of the West, sex has been revered as a potent force, capable of bridging the gap between the mundane and the divine. Ancient civilizations recognized the profound connection between physical ecstasy and spiritual enlightenment, embedding this wisdom within their mystical practices and beliefs. In the heart of ancient India, Tantra emerged, embracing sexuality not as something to be feared or repressed, but as a pathway to spiritual awakening. Tantric practices, rich with symbolism and ritual, harnessed the power of sexual energy to elevate consciousness and attain higher states of being. Meanwhile, in the mystical traditions of ancient China, the concept of Yin and Yang highlighted the interconnectedness of masculine and feminine energies, their harmonious interplay essential for both physical vitality and spiritual balance. Across the globe, in the ancient civilizations of Egypt and Greece, sexuality was intertwined with the worship of gods and goddesses. Temples were adorned with sensual imagery, depicting deities engaged in acts of love and fertility. These cultures understood the power of sexual energy to connect with the divine, to tap into the creative forces of the universe, and to celebrate the sacredness of life itself. From the ancient Celts, who honored the goddess in her many forms, including the sensual and life-giving aspects, to the indigenous tribes of Africa and the Americas, who incorporated sexuality into their rituals and ceremonies, the echoes of these ancient practices remind us that sex has always held a sacred place in the human experience. These traditions, passed down through generations, serve as a testament to the enduring power of sexual spirituality. The rhythmic ebb and flow of sexuality mirrors the very cycles of life, death, and rebirth that govern the natural world. Ancient cultures, deeply connected to the rhythms of the earth, recognized this intricate dance and wove it into their spiritual practices. They understood that just as life emerges from death, so too can spiritual transformation arise from the depths of our being. The act of sexual union, in its essence, is a dance between surrender and creation, a merging of energies that echoes the creation of life itself. It is in the moments of deepest intimacy, where vulnerability meets passion, that we touch the raw, primal energy of existence. This energy, like the life force that courses through all living things, has the potential to both destroy and create, to shatter old patterns and give birth to something entirely new. The path of sexual spirituality is not always one of light and ecstasy. It is also a descent into the depths of our being, a confrontation with our shadow selves. It is in the darkness, in the raw and untamed aspects of ourselves, that we often discover our greatest potential for growth and transformation. Ancient mystical traditions understood that true spiritual awakening requires us to confront and integrate all aspects of ourselves, including the parts we may deem unworthy or shameful. They recognized that it is in the shadows, in the depths of our primal urges and desires, that we often find the keys to unlocking our true nature. The journey into the underworld of our psyche, like the descent of Inanna or the trials of Persephone, is a necessary part of the hero's journey, a symbolic death and rebirth that allows us to emerge transformed. It is through confronting our fears, our traumas, and our deepest wounds that we begin to heal and integrate the fragmented parts of ourselves. This process of integration, of embracing both the light and shadow within, is essential for unlocking the full potential of sexual spirituality. It is through accepting all aspects of ourselves with compassion and understanding that we can begin to harness the transformative power of sexual energy for healing, growth, and spiritual awakening. Deep within the heart of ancient India, a mystical tradition arose, whispering secrets of spiritual awakening through the language of the senses. Tantra, often misunderstood and shrouded in veils of secrecy, offers a path to enlightenment not through denial of the flesh, but through its embrace. It beckons us to shed our inhibitions, to explore the sacred terrain of our bodies, and to experience the divine dance of energy that unfolds within. Unlike paths that advocate for asceticism and detachment from the physical world, Tantra views sexuality as a potent force, a sacred energy known as Kundalini that lies dormant at the base of the spine. This energy, often depicted as a coiled serpent, is believed to hold the key to unlocking higher states of consciousness. Through specific practices, including breathwork, meditation, and ritualized sexual union, tantric practitioners seek to awaken this dormant energy and guide it upwards through the body's energy centers, or chakras. Central to the tantric approach is the understanding that we are not separate from the divine, but rather the divine resides within us. Every cell of our being, every sensation we experience, is an expression of this sacred energy. Through conscious awareness and mindful engagement with our senses, we begin to awaken to this truth, experiencing the world as a vibrant tapestry of interconnectedness. Tantra invites us to shed our preconceived notions about sex, to release guilt and shame, and to approach the act with reverence and awareness. It is not about seeking fleeting pleasure, but about experiencing the full spectrum of sensation, from the subtlest nuances to the most intense peaks of ecstasy, as pathways to spiritual awakening. Imagine a serpent coiled at the base of your spine, its scales shimmering with iridescent light. This serpent, representing the potent energy of Kundalini, lies dormant within each of us, awaiting the moment of its awakening. In the tantric tradition, this awakening is not a passive event, but a conscious journey of self-discovery, guided by ancient practices and fueled by the fires of transformation. As the Kundalini serpent awakens, it begins its ascent through the body's energy centers, or chakras, each associated with specific aspects of our being. With each chakra the serpent encounters, it awakens dormant potential, bringing about profound shifts in consciousness and expanding our capacity for love, compassion, and spiritual insight. The journey of Kundalini awakening is not without its challenges. As the serpent rises, it may encounter blockages within the chakras, often stemming from unresolved trauma, emotional wounds, or limiting beliefs. These blockages can manifest as physical discomfort, emotional turmoil, or spiritual confusion. Tantric practices, when approached with guidance and respect, offer tools to navigate these challenges, to clear the path for the Kundalini energy to flow freely and harmoniously. The ultimate goal of Kundalini awakening is the union of Shakti, the feminine divine energy, and Shiva, the masculine divine energy, in the crown chakra, located at the top of the head. This sacred union represents the merging of duality, the transcendence of the ego, and the realization of our true nature as pure consciousness. While Tantra often conjures images of elaborate sexual rituals, it's important to understand that the physical act is merely a vehicle, a tool for spiritual transformation. The true essence of Tantra lies in the conscious cultivation of awareness, the mindful merging of energies, and the recognition of the divine within ourselves and our partners. Tantric sexual practices, far from being focused solely on physical gratification, emphasize presence, connection, and the exchange of energy between partners. Through techniques such as gazing into each other's eyes, synchronized breathing, and mindful touch, practitioners create a sacred space where they can explore the depths of their being and experience the transformative power of intimacy. In the tantric view, orgasm is not the end goal, but rather a gateway, a moment of heightened energy and awareness that can be harnessed for spiritual growth. By learning to prolong the sexual experience, to savor each sensation, and to consciously direct the flow of energy within their bodies, practitioners can experience profound states of bliss, transcendence, and expanded consciousness. Tantra reminds us that true intimacy is not merely a physical act, but a spiritual practice, a dance of souls seeking union not only with each other, but with the divine essence that permeates all of creation. It is a path of self-discovery, of awakening to the sacred potential that lies dormant within, waiting to be ignited by the transformative power of love, awareness, and conscious touch. While Eastern traditions like Tantra have garnered much attention for their embrace of sexuality as a spiritual path, the Western esoteric traditions offer their own unique and often misunderstood perspectives on sexual magic. Rooted in ancient mystery schools, Hermetic philosophy, and the whispers of forbidden knowledge passed down through generations, Western esotericism delves into the hidden realms of the psyche, exploring the interplay of light and shadow, desire and transcendence. Unlike some spiritual paths that advocate for the suppression or transcendence of desire, Western esotericism acknowledges the power of our primal urges as catalysts for spiritual growth. It recognizes that within the depths of our shadow selves, within the raw and untamed aspects of our being, lies a potent energy that can be harnessed for transformation. Drawing upon ancient wisdom traditions such as Kabbalah, alchemy, and ceremonial magic, Western esoteric practitioners seek to understand the subtle energies that govern both the cosmos and the human psyche. They believe that by mastering these energies, by aligning themselves with the hidden forces of creation, they can attain higher states of consciousness, manifest their desires, and achieve spiritual enlightenment. Central to the Western esoteric approach is the concept of polarity, the interplay of opposites, such as masculine and feminine, light and darkness, creation and destruction. Sexual energy, representing the union of these polarities, is seen as a potent force that can be directed and channeled for magical purposes. The Western occult tradition, often shrouded in secrecy and tinged with a sense of the forbidden, has long been associated with sexual magic. From the ancient fertility cults to the medieval witch hunts, the idea of harnessing sexual energy for magical purposes has both fascinated and frightened humanity for centuries. While the term occult simply means hidden knowledge, it has often been demonized and misunderstood, its practices linked to fear-based narratives and distorted interpretations. The association of the devil with sexuality, for example, stems from centuries of religious dogma that sought to control and suppress the expression of human desire. Despite these distortions, the occult traditions offer valuable insights into the transformative potential of sexual magic. They teach us that by confronting our fears, by embracing the shadow aspects of ourselves, and by integrating our sexuality into our spiritual practice, we can tap into a wellspring of power and creativity. It is important to approach these practices with discernment, respect, and a deep understanding of the energies involved. Sexual magic, like any form of magic, requires responsibility, ethical awareness, and a commitment to personal growth and transformation. One of the most empowering aspects of exploring sexual magic within the Western esoteric tradition is the emphasis on personal experience and the creation of one's own unique path. Unlike rigid dogma or prescribed rituals, Western esotericism encourages individuals to become active participants in their spiritual journey, to experiment, to adapt, and to create a practice that resonates with their own beliefs and desires. A grimoire, a personal book of shadows, serves as a sacred space to document this journey, to record insights, rituals, spells, and experiences related to one's magical practice. It becomes a living testament to one's growth and evolution, a reflection of the unique tapestry of beliefs, experiences, and aspirations that shape our individual paths. Within the pages of your grimoire, you can explore different aspects of sexual magic, drawing inspiration from various traditions while always trusting your own intuition and inner guidance. You might choose to focus on practices that enhance sensuality, deepen intimacy with a partner, or connect with specific deities or archetypes associated with love, desire, and creation. Remember that your grimoire is a reflection of your own unique journey. There are no right or wrong answers, only the path that unfolds before you as you delve deeper into the mysteries of sexual magic and embrace the transformative power that lies within. As we journey deeper into the mysteries of sexual magic, we begin to uncover its profound connections to emotional healing and personal growth. Ancient wisdom traditions understood that our emotional landscape is not separate from our spiritual essence, but rather an integral part of our holistic well-being. They recognize that by tending to our emotional wounds, by embracing the full spectrum of our feelings, we create the fertile ground for spiritual awakening. In today's world, where emotional repression and the pursuit of superficial happiness often overshadow the deeper aspects of our being, the ancient practices of sexual spirituality offer a path to reconnect with our authentic selves. They remind us that true healing and transformation require us to delve into the depths of our emotions, to confront our shadows, and to embrace the raw, untamed aspects of ourselves with compassion and understanding. By integrating the wisdom of ancient practices with modern approaches to emotional healing, we can create a powerful synergy for personal growth. We can begin to view our emotions not as obstacles to overcome, but as sacred messengers, guiding us towards greater self-awareness, authenticity, and wholeness. Just as the alchemists of old sought to transmute base metals into gold, we too can engage in an inner alchemy, transforming our emotional wounds into sources of strength, wisdom, and spiritual growth. By learning to listen to the whispers of our hearts, by honoring the sacredness of our emotions, we unlock the transformative power that resides within. Central to the practice of sexual magic is the understanding that our bodies are not separate from our spiritual selves, but rather sacred vessels, temples that house the divine spark within. This embodied approach to spirituality invites us to honor both our masculine and feminine energies, recognizing that it is through their harmonious interplay that we experience wholeness and integration. In a world that often emphasizes one polarity over the other, leading to imbalances and disharmony within ourselves and in our relationships, the practices of sexual magic encourage us to embrace both our masculine and feminine aspects. We begin to see that these energies are not limited by gender, but rather exist within each of us as complementary forces, essential for our well-being and spiritual evolution. By cultivating a deeper connection to our bodies, we awaken to the wisdom and power that reside within. We learn to listen to the subtle messages of our senses, to honor our desires, and to express ourselves authentically through movement, touch, and creative expression. Through practices such as yoga, dance, breathwork, and mindful sexuality, we can begin to heal the splits between body, mind, and spirit, integrating these aspects of ourselves into a harmonious whole. As we learn to love and accept ourselves fully, in all our complexities and contradictions, we create the foundation for deeper intimacy with ourselves and with others. The path of sexual spirituality is not always easy. It is a journey of self-discovery that requires us to confront our shadows, to embrace the parts of ourselves that we may have been conditioned to hide or suppress. Yet it is through this courageous act of facing our darkness that we unlock the greatest potential for healing, growth, and transformation. Shadow work, an integral part of many spiritual traditions, involves acknowledging and integrating the aspects of ourselves that we may deem negative or undesirable. These shadow aspects, often stemming from past traumas, societal conditioning, or repressed emotions, can manifest as self-sabotaging behaviors, limiting beliefs, or unhealthy relationship patterns. Through practices such as journaling, therapy, dream work, and creative expression, we can begin to bring these shadow aspects into the light of consciousness, where they can be understood, healed, and integrated. As we learn to embrace our shadows with compassion and acceptance, we reclaim the fragmented parts of ourselves, allowing our true essence to shine through. As we do this inner work, we create space for more light, love, and joy to enter our lives. We begin to experience the world from a place of greater wholeness, authenticity, and compassion. This is the true essence of sexual spirituality, not just about experiencing pleasure, but about embracing the fullness of who we are, shadows and all, and using that awareness to fuel our spiritual growth and transformation. As we've journeyed through the rich tapestry of sexual spirituality, from the ancient temples of Tantra to the hushed whispers of Western esotericism, one resounding truth emerges. The path to spiritual awakening is not about denying our humanity, but about embracing it fully. It's about recognizing the sacredness within our bodies, honoring the power of our emotions, and integrating our sexuality into our spiritual practice with awareness, reverence, and love. Whether we're drawn to the Kundalini awakening practices of Tantra, the shadow work and ritual magic of the Western occult, or a blend of traditions that resonates with our unique path, the key lies in approaching this work with an open heart, a discerning mind, and a deep respect for the potent energies involved. Sexual spirituality is not a quick fix or a means to an end, but rather a lifelong journey of self-discovery, healing, and transformation. It's important to remember that there's no one right way to practice sexual spirituality. Each individual's path is unique, shaped by their experiences, beliefs, and desires. As we delve deeper into this work, trusting our intuition, listening to the whispers of our bodies, and seeking guidance from trusted sources can help us navigate the complexities and challenges that may arise. Ultimately, the true measure of our progress on this path lies not in the attainment of specific goals or mystical experiences, but in the ways in which we integrate the wisdom and insights gained into our daily lives. Do we approach our relationships with greater love, compassion, and understanding? Do we honor our bodies as sacred vessels, treating them with respect and care? Do we embrace the fullness of our emotional landscape, allowing ourselves to feel deeply and authentically? The journey of sexual spirituality is a dance, a sacred interplay of energies, emotions, and experiences that unfolds organically as we surrender to the wisdom within. It's a dance that invites us to shed our inhibitions, to embrace our vulnerability, and to open ourselves to the transformative power of love, both for ourselves and for others. As we continue to explore the depths of our being, we may find ourselves drawn to different practices, rituals, or traditions at various stages of our journey. The key is to remain open, curious, and willing to experiment, always honoring our own inner compass and seeking guidance when needed. The rewards of embracing sexual spirituality are as vast and varied as the individuals who embark on this path. Some may experience heightened states of bliss and ecstasy, while others may find deeper connection, intimacy, and love in their relationships. Still others may discover a greater sense of purpose, creativity, and spiritual fulfillment. Ultimately, the true gift of this journey lies in the awakening it sparks within us, an awakening to the sacredness of our bodies, the power of our emotions, and the interconnectedness of all things. It's a journey that reminds us that we are not separate from the divine, but rather expressions of it, here to experience the fullness of life in all its messy, beautiful, and transformative glory.